A sentence handed down to a teenager accused of using brass knuckles in several attacks. 18-year-old Tyler Freeman sentenced to 2.5 to 3 years behind bars. Freeman pleaded guilty to 2 assaults, one at a party in Queen Creek back in November 2022, and then the other at a Gilbert In-N-Out about a month later. Here's what Freeman told the court.
I'd like to apologize to you, the victim's family, and my attorney and the prosecutor. And I agree with the prosecutor that those clips of me speaking doesn't show the change I've made. It doesn't show the remorse I have.
You can hear Freeman apologizing for his actions in court. The judge says the 8 months that he has spent behind bars will count towards his sentence.
Tonight, a big bust after several vehicle thefts in the valley.
5 people go to court overnight. Prosecutors are calling their crimes an organized conspiracy. Nicole Christine is live with the very latest for us. Nicole.
Well, good evening, Brian and Ashley. As you mentioned, there were 5 people in court early this morning. State prosecutors say that they were part of an operation of a chop shop in the valley. They were stealing vehicles and using guns and burglary tools to do it. 5 defendants facing felony charges, including conspiracy and theft, appeared in court this morning after being arrested on Friday, but the exact details are still unclear. One of the defendants, George Aguilar, faces a charge of owning or operating a chop shop where stolen cars are taken apart and then sold for parts. The state motioned for a cash-only $250,000 bond.
When law enforcement did attempt to arrest him, he did flee in his vehicle and then on foot. Additionally, he had a assault rifle on him.
Aguilar and 2 other defendants pleaded with the judge for a lower bond.
I understand I broke the law, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to flee. I have my own home here, and like I said, I haven't been in trouble in 10 years.
I'm a 19-year-old, and yes, I live in Houston, but that does not mean that I'm a flea. If anything, I could find a place to live over here with a friend.
I'm a single mom. I have a 6-year-old son. I am the only one that takes care of him. I have a business. I run it with my mom. It's a day-to-day. It's 6 days out the week.
There has been a recent string of armed vehicle thefts in the valley, including one last month in Waddell, which a law enforcement source tells Fox 10 is connected to these 5 defendants, but Arizona DPS has yet to confirm their arrests. And all 5 of these defendants are due back in court next week. We'll continue to follow this case. Reporting live tonight in Waddell, Nicole Christine, Fox 10 News.
New this morning, Phoenix police say they have dismantled an international drug trafficking network.
Yeah, this includes the indictment of 17 people tied to that drug ring. Dubbed Operation Night Owl, a team of Phoenix drug enforcement detectives and DEA agents were able to break up drug trafficking activities and dismantle stash houses and distribution areas in the Phoenix area. Among the items seized, over 2 million fentanyl pills, 133 pounds of meth, and nearly 30 kilograms of fentanyl powder and cocaine. 15 firearms and a dozen vehicles were also seized. Phoenix police say Operation Night Owl took nearly a year to complete.
In court today, the so-called doomsday mom and convicted killer Lori Vallow showed up for the first time in months while after waiving, multiple appearances.
The status conference regarding her murder conspiracy cases, that was scheduled at the last minute. Now, this is video from this morning provided by the Maricopa County Superior Court. Vallow's new lawyers discussed Vallow's mental competency. This has been an issue throughout her saga, and they're trying to determine whether she can stand trial, whether she's mentally competent to stand trial. The defense also confirmed that Vallow wants to represent herself now at her trial. She's accused of conspiring to kill her 4th husband, Charles Vallow, and attempting to kill her niece's ex-husband. Now, Vallow was scheduled and sentenced to life in prison in Idaho for the murders of her 2 young children before being extradited here to Arizona. These current charges continue on, and this afternoon the judge acknowledged that Vallow had previously been deemed incompetent to stand trial in Idaho.
Wants to represent herself. There's been a prior finding of incompetency. She's been restored. She's been tried. I don't know. As we know, with competency, people are, just because they've been restored once doesn't mean they remain competent forever. I don't know if it's medication compliant.
So a hearing to determine whether Vallow is competent to stand trial is now set for November 14th. Meantime, reports from 2 court-appointed doctors are expected to be turned in tomorrow.
Glendale police asking the community for help finding a stolen truck from a local church. Police arrested 44-year-old Edward Gower for stealing the truck with an attached trailer. And surveillance video and an anonymous tip led to the stolen trailer in Tonopah, west of Phoenix. But the truck is still missing, a silver Ford F-250. So anyone with information about that is being asked to call Glendale police or silent witness at 480-WITNESS.